those short or staggering journeys to knowledge we take are all a pilgrimage from darkness to light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, we say. You take steps from colors as dull as grey, smouldering your imagination, to a flamboyancy, an elevation of spirits, to spectrums beyond the ordinariness of unadorned colors, to the exquisite. That is a journey that makes you full and then overflows and then makes you say stories about it. Here one such unfolds. Journey to the city of lights, or Kashi, was indeed a pilgrimage to light. This eternal city, like anything eternal, has many names, all too incapable of defining it, like Banaras, Varanasi, or Kashi itself. For us, students of theology, it was a search for the ray of truth, as the Vatican's Council II, Nostra Aetate, puts it. The ray of truth that is so tangibly there, laid bare under the revealing lights of Kashi. It is an ethereal portal where the gods walk in mortal forms and the pure devotions of the seekers shame heavens. And so, before we rushed into that spot, we spent time learning about it and introducing ourselves into its ways. We also saw and touched and smelt and tasted and listened while engulfing the light into ourselves. Being the place where Lord Buddha preached his first sermon, Sarnath, at the outskirts of Varanasi, has evolved to be a holy ground for Buddhism. In the first sermon, the Buddha warns these monks over extreme devotion to the indulgence of sense pleasures as well as self-mortification. Avoiding both these extremes, the Tathagata, referring to the Buddha himself, has realized the middle path. It gives vision, it gives knowledge, and it leads to calm, to insight, to enlightenment, to nirvana. One journeys through the various temples there and feels the aura of serenity that Buddha always possessed. Through the closed eyes of the devotee, the Buddha manifests himself. For many, Sarnath offers an invitation towards Bodhisattva. The Ganges is a goddess, a compassionate healer, a legend or a mystical symbol for many. The temples along the river yearn to dissolve and disappear into it, like a devotee immerses it into its dark but shimmering waters. Even the gullies lead one to the river bank. There, the death and life coexist in harmony. The eternal hold of death is constantly eluded by the prayers of the dear ones and the holy touch of the Ganges. As Mahatma Gandhi remarked, God is not in Kaaba or in Kashi. He is within every one of us. What made the city divine was not its gods or temples or even its ancientness, but the outpouring devotion of the ordinary people. That made it sacred. Like eyes of the eagle sent out in all directions, we separated ourselves into groups and stayed in all important locations. There we captured the throb of the city's heartbeat through all our senses, then came back and made them alive for everyone. While outside, we experienced the depths of human devotion that made them strong and resilient even before adversities like death. Fathers P.R. John and Jerome Sylvester guided us throughout this journey. When they took us through the Bhakti literatures of ancient India, Sangam literature and Narada Bhakti Sutras, they could also evoke a sense of devotion in us. Our darkness was one of prejudices and ignorance, and they, among many others, remained gurus, the removers of darkness, to guide us into the light of knowledge. It was also an experience of deepening our faith by being touched by the devotions of the people expressed in all the rituals of Christa Bhaktas, our Eucharists, and many other reflections and shared prayers at the IMS ashram. Through the lenses of the people there, we saw the labouring God who pervades and transforms history. God who is neither this nor that, neti neti, but the image and likeness of the whole creation. Rigveda for that one, Egam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, the one real truth sages call by many names.